Hello, good afternoon, great student of Masters Vessel Classical Academy. I'm Mr. Odemenam Chidube. I'm taking you on chemistry. Today is either the third or the fourth lesson we are having. The first two lessons, we use it to review our second term examination for SS1 students. Then the lesson we started, the third lesson is hydrogen. Under the hydrogen, we looked at occurrence of hydrogen. We looked at the electronic configuration of hydrogen. We discovered that hydrogen is in group 1 because it has only one electron in the outermost shell. We equally looked at the laboratory preparations of hydrogen. We saw that we have about 4 methods of laboratory preparation of hydrogen. We equally discussed about industrial preparation of hydrogen. And in the industrial preparation of hydrogen, we had 3 methods. The first method is reaction of coke with steam. Then we have a reaction of hydrocarbon with steam. Then the third one, we have electrolysis. These are the 3 methods of industrial preparation of hydrogen. Today we'll be looking at uses of hydrogen, because the last time we talked about the physical properties of hydrogen, we equally discussed the chemical properties of hydrogen. Today we'll look at uses of hydrogen. Under the uses of hydrogen, we'll look at hydrogen being used in margarine. Margarine is produced from oil, vegetable oil. And you know that vegetable oil is a liquid. Therefore, in production of margarine, you do what we call hardening of vegetable oil, hardening. And that hardening is reaction of vegetable oil with hydrogen. That reaction of vegetable oil with hydrogen will result to solidification of the liquid vegetable oil. This is a catalytic reaction, and you now add some additives that will now make you to have your margarine, like the coloring agent and all other additive that makes it to become margarine. The most important thing is that in that vegetable oil, it has double bond in its structure. Therefore, when you add the hydrogen, the double bonds will be reduced to single bond. That is number 1. 2, hydrogen is used in the production of some hydrides, such as hydrogen chloride gas, which when you dissolve it in water, you have your hydrochloric acid. Therefore, you can have hydrogen gas reacting with chlorine gas to give you hydrogen chloride gas. And when you now dissolve the hydrogen chloride gas in water, you have your HCl aqueous. Student may ask me that this equation is not balanced. The reason why it is not balanced is because what you did was to just dissolve it in water. Because of this aqueous you have written here, it makes the equation to be balanced. Therefore, this is your hydrochloric acid. This one is your hydrogen chloride gas. But the most important thing is, what do we use? The use of hydrogen. We've talked about use in making margarine. We talked about use in making some hydride, such as hydrogen chloride, which when we dissolve it in water, you have hydrochloric acid. Then the third one is used, hydrogen is used in production of fertilizer. Hydrogen is used in production of fertilizer. You don't use hydrogen to produce fertilizer directly. You first produce ammonia, and after production of ammonia, you will now react ammonia with trioxonitrate 5 acid for you to have your fertilizer. Or you react it with H2SO4 to have your ammonium tetraoxosulfate 6. They are all fertilizers. Therefore, the first thing is that hydrogen, guys, hydrogen is used in production of fertilizer. The first thing is that you react nitrogen gas plus hydrogen gas. This reaction is a catalytic reaction. You will now produce your ammonia. You can see that the equation is balanced. You have nitrogen 2 atoms, nitrogen 2 atoms, hydrogen 6, hydrogen 2 times 3 to give you 6. Therefore, the equation is balanced. After producing your ammonia, the next thing is that you now react ammonia with trioxonitrate 5 acid. Therefore, this is your ammonium trioxonitrate 5 salt, and this is your fertilizer, ammonium fertilizer. That's your ammonium fertilizer. All right, let me rehearse what we have done. We are doing uses of hydrogen. The first one is that we said that hydrogen can be used in production of margarine. And I said in the production of margarine, you produce margarine from vegetable oil. And you know that vegetable oil is a liquid. And what makes it to be in liquid form is because of the presence of double bond in the hydrocarbon. Therefore, the presence of that double bond makes it to be oil. For you to now produce your margarine, which is solid, you add hydrogen to the vegetable oil in a catalyzed reaction. Therefore, the addition of that hydrogen will remove the double bond to become single bond. And I said that it is not just using hydrogen alone. When you use hydrogen to harden the oil, you now add additives, food additives, the colorant and so on that will make you have your margarine. Then the second one, I said that hydrogen can be used in producing hydride. And I gave an example of a hydride is hydrogen chloride gas. And I said when you produce your hydrogen chloride gas, which is a gas, you now dissolve it in water to have your hydrochloric acid. And you know the extensive uses of hydrochloric acid. Then the third one is that hydrogen is used in production of fertilizer. And I said that hydrogen is not used directly to produce fertilizer, but hydrogen is used to produce ammonia, which is later now used in making your ammonium fertilizer. I gave you the equation, and I said that their reaction is a catalytic reaction. It occurs at high temperature. You have your nitrogen gas reacting with hydrogen gas. It's equally to give you 2NH3 gas. This is your ammonia. Then this ammonia now, you can use it to produce a trioxonitrate 5 fertilizer. You can equally use it to produce your tetraoxosulfate 6 fertilizer. Therefore, you now have your ammonia, reacts it with HNO3, that is your trioxonitrate 5 acid, to have your ammonium trioxonitrate 5 salt. And this trioxonitrate 5 salt is your fertilizer. This is now your fertilizer. Then the next one is, I said you can use hydrogen for metal extraction. In extraction of your metal, you discover that most of the mineral ores that contains metal are usually in oxides. Therefore, you use hydrogen as a reducing agent. A reducing agent is a substance that will cause reduction. Therefore, if you have metal oxide, the metal oxide can be copper 2 oxide. This is a mineral containing copper. Therefore, for you to now produce copper from it, you react it with hydrogen, which is a reducing agent. Hydrogen, which is a reducing agent, to give you copper metal plus H2O gas. You have extracted copper from copper 2 oxide. You are using hydrogen to do that. Therefore, we can see from here the 4 uses of hydrogen. The 4 uses of hydrogen. Having done that, let us look at isotopes of hydrogen. Isotopes of hydrogen. Before now, we have already done isotopes before. We said that isotopes are atoms of the same element with the same atomic number but different mass number. Or isotopes is atoms of the same element with the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. Therefore, hydrogen have 3 major isotopes. Hydrogen have 3 major isotopes. Let me write this on the board and some of their properties. You have isotopes. You have isotopes properties. The first isotope of hydrogen is what we call hydrogen. Sometimes it's called protium. This hydrogen has this H. If you like, we call it H11. then you see that the number of protons, it has 1 proton. Neutron, it has 1 neutron. That is why it's written hydrogen 1, 1. Then you have 2, deuterium. Sometimes it's represented as D. Then you have 2H1 or D21. That means that it has 1 proton and 1 neutron. Remember that the one that you write up is the mass number, while the lower number is your atomic number or number of protons. For hydrogen, have 3 isotopes. Hydrogen, which can be called protium. Deuterium, which can be deuterium. Then you have the third one, tritium. Tritium, sometimes you represent by T. And you have T31. Or you can have H31. But sometimes it's better to use hydrogen. But I'm putting this or because if you see it written elsewhere, you will not say, I've not come across this. Therefore, you have hydrogen 1, 1, hydrogen 2, 1, hydrogen 3, 1. This one have proton, number of proton 1, number of neutron 2. Remember that why this one is 1, 1 is because, sorry, please correct this. Correct this. Make this correction. This is a mistake. Neutron is 0. Let me explain why it is 2 so. If you have hydrogen, this one is your mass number. This one is your atomic number, the one written. Therefore, for ordinary hydrogen, you have H, atomic number 1, mass number 1 plus 0. That will give you 1. That's why this one is 1, 1. Mass number 1, atomic number 1. Then you have the second one, deuterium. You have H, atomic number 1. This one, the mass number will be 1 plus 1, which is 2. Then the third one, you have deuterium, atomic number 1. Then mass number will be 1 plus 2. That's why you have 3H1. That's why you have 3H1. That takes care of the isotopes of hydrogen. Let's return back. I said that we have 3 isotopes of hydrogen, and the isotopes of hydrogen are hydrogen or protium, deuterium, and tritium. And I've given you the properties that for ordinary hydrogen it has 1 proton and 0 neutron. For deuterium you have 1 proton and 1 neutron. For tritium you have 1 proton and 2 neutrons. That takes care of isotopes of hydrogen. Having done that, since we still have a little time to go, let us introduce the topic, metals and their compounds. Metals and their compounds. You can see that with this lesson, we have finished discussing hydrogen. Let's look at metals and their compounds. As I'm entered this topic, I would like most of the SS3 students who are not paying attention to this lesson, maybe because they have already done it before. They should pay attention because this topic, we just started it before the problem of COVID. Therefore, if there are SS3 students who are not paying, who are there, perhaps not paying attention to the lesson, If you have any of your friends, you should call them to come and listen. We may not have time to learn again when we come back after the problem, though I know that this problem, God is already taking care of it. Under these metals and compounds, we'll look at 1. Structure and properties of metal. 2. We look at classes of compounds formed by metal. 3. We'll look at the general principle of extraction of metals. We look at alloys. We look at extraction properties and uses of the following metals. Sodium, calcium, aluminium, tin. For we look at this, then later on we will now look at first transition metals, where you now see your copper and iron. Let us see how we will go. Let me look at structure and properties of metals. Well, the most important thing we should know is that metals are usually grouped. They are usually in group 1 and group 2 and group 3, and is usually located at the left side of the periodic table. Being in group 1, group 2, group 3, you discover that it means that it has very few number of electrons in the valence electron. And that being the case, it means that metals will prefer to lose electron. Because they will prefer to lose electron, it means that metals are strong reducing agents. If they give out electron, another substance will accept the electron. That substance that accepts the electron is reduced. That's why we say that metals are reducing agents. Because of time, we will stop here. When we come next, we'll look at what we have. We'll look at some of the other structures of and properties of metal. But just note that metals, they are usually in group 1, group 2, group 3. And that because they are in group 1, group 2, group 3, it means that they have very few electrons in the outermost shell. Because they have very few electrons in the outermost shell, they will prefer to give out the electron, thereby becoming reducing agent. Because when another substance picks the electron, that substance that picks the electron is now reduced. That's why we say that metals are strong reducing agents. I want to believe that we have concluded our lesson on hydrogen. For that of metals, we've just started it today, though it's a very long one, but we'll see how we can do it so that whatever we have learned will motivate you to read more about metals and their compounds. I'll be concluding now. I hope you are doing your assignment. Today, the assignment may not be much. The assignment is that List and explain the three uses of hydrogen. List and explain the three uses of hydrogen. Two, why is a metal regarded as a reducing agent? 3, explain the location of metal in the periodic table. And why? The three assignment 1 is list and explain the three uses of hydrogen. 2, why is a metal regarded as a reducing agent? 3, explain the location of metal in the periodic table and why. These things, number 1 is very straightforward. Number 2 and 3, to some extent, you can get it from what we have just learned today. Whether it's in your jotting or from the explanation I've given. These number 2 and 3, you can answer them if you have participated in this lesson. Thank you. Before I wish you safe, I pray that you continue to wash your hands, do all the things that are needed for you to be safe even during this COVID holidays, so to say. May God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen.